us. Now, I want to show you, first of all, this is the contract we signed back in, 2017, I'm pretty sure. And YouTube, the membership program didn't even exist at this time. Okay. So if we go to, and this is the important parts, Google net revenue, of which we got 100%. Okay. It says BBTV will pay you an amount equal to 100% of Google net revenue received by BBTV from your videos or on your YouTube channels. Okay. So it says BBTV will pay you an amount equal to 100% of Google net revenue. Memberships is paid to me from Google, from YouTube. It comes in the same bucket as we get from the ads, as we get from, YouTube Premium. It's all coming from Google. So that's 100%, right? Now, when I talk to them, they pointed out this, and I'll get to all this stuff, but you guys are going to love this. They go, okay, well, they says there's a clause if you go to other payments. Now, these guys had the fucking audacity to come to me and say, well, if you look at this section, your revenue, and you look here, it says 70% of other net revenues. And they're like, well, memberships is other net revenue. And therefore, we are entitled to keep the $620,000 that we've essentially, I want to say, stole. That's my opinion. Obviously, the courts will decide. Obviously, we're suing them. Now, they must think I'm a fucking idiot, right? Because they continue, they says, or as the parties may agree upon in writing on a case-by-case basis. Now, what's interesting about this, there was no writing. There was no case-by-case basis. This was them silently saying, oh, there's this huge new revenue stream coming in. Let's fucking steal it secretly, silently, and hope they don't notice. So this is what they're saying. They're saying, yes, it's other revenue, but it doesn't even count as other. I mean, they define Google net revenue here in the contract. Google net revenue for any period means revenue earned and actually received by BBTV in such period from Google ads and Google subscriptions with respect to your content on YouTube. Then they even define Google subscriptions, which is exactly what membership is. It says Google subscription means a subscription-based service on YouTube offered or facilitated by Google, whereby end users may access your videos, the timing selection of which is at the end user's discretion, and for which the end user is charged a predetermined periodic fee to access such content as often as the end user selects. So on both of these clauses, they're dead wrong. I mean, it's like obscenely, unethically ridiculous. And for them to have the balls, the audacity to get on the phone with me and try to justify it. Last night, they said, okay, let's jump on a call on Friday to discuss. So after the podcast, I had this fantastic podcast with Terry Joe, and it was so good. It was so wholesome. It was great. I was feeling good. And then I called these guys after work. And actually, I recorded the whole thing. They are in Canada, which is a one-party, consent territory. So I'm pretty sure I can release the whole phone call, which I plan on doing. We just need to make double check with our attorney that it's kosher to do that. But there are some great moments here. So he gets on the phone and he has the balls to be, we've worked together for a long time and we really want to figure out a way to make this work. I said, cut the shit, dude. Just tell me, are you paying us back? He says, at this time, we believe that by what the contract says, we are justified in keeping this money and we will not be paying you back. He goes, yeah, it's an other revenue. I says, okay, my dad just gave me $100. Do you want $30 of that? Me and Theodore were playing Monopoly. Do you want 30% of my Monopoly money? Like other revenue, what is that? I mean, well, other revenue. And I go, give me a break. I go back and look at the contract, and sure enough, they're full of shit, right? Full of shit, as I showed you guys. And then this was my favorite part. This is how he justifies it. He says to me, to my face, well, over the phone, He goes, okay, then let me ask you this. If you care that we've been taking this money from you, then why didn't you just leave?